Yeah, ocean blessings. I bring us greetings from the ocean. Sometimes, right, as somebody that is a spiritualist or someone that is a spiritually awake or spiritually inclined, there are some days that you wake up and it looks like probably you woke up from the left side of your bed. Like you might wake up that day and you are not in the mood. Like you don't feel like talking to anybody, you don't feel like smiling, you are not just in the mood. And then some people might misinterpret it to be that, oh, she has or he has mood swings, right? And then that particular day is like sometimes you might be angry and you can't even say you don't understand why you're angry. Someone asks you that, hey, why are you angry? Why are you pissed? Why are you mad? And you don't even have an explanation to give. You can't give that person a concrete or a genuine explanation as to your reason for being the way you are. And then you tend to like want to be on your own. You tend to like tell people to you want people to avoid you. You don't want to be associated with anybody. Sure, it happens like that sometimes. Like you don't feel like being with anybody, and then even you sometimes you might be wondering like, what's wrong with me? Why am I this way? It happens. Yes, it happens a lot. I experience it a lot. It happens, and I have spoken to a few other people that are also spiritually awake or inclined, and I got to realize that they also experience it. Now this thing happens, it's not as a result of maybe you are the one that decided that okay, you don't want to talk to anybody. No, you just woke up and met yourself like that. Now there are certain conditions that might cause this kind of occurrence to happen. One, sometimes it happens when the person has had a little misalignment. Yes, when you are misaligned, like you have fallen out of alignment rather with your spirit forces, with your, will I call them your spirit family, but I prefer to use the word spirit forces. When there has been a misalignment between you and them, you tend to feel that way. Another reason that you can feel that way is maybe you have come in contact with a negative energy. Like you have come in contact with someone that has negative energy, or you have been to a place that is contaminated with negative energy. And so when you've come in contact with negative energy, you tend to vibrate at a frequency that is lower than your usual frequency. But I also want us to know that even as a spiritual person that vibrates on a high frequency, your frequency is not always going to be high. Yes, do not expect that 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, right? 30 to 31 days or 28 days in a month, 12 months in a year, that you're going to be vibrating on a high frequency. No, sometimes you tend to vibrate on a frequency that is a little bit lower than your usual frequency. Now, what matters is your ability to actually identify or realize or notice that the frequency that you are vibrating currently isn't your usual frequency. And then when you notice or realize it, you don't beat yourself up over it because it is a usual thing. It happens. Now, what matters is your ability to notice that, okay, there has been a decline in my frequency, or there has been a misalignment between me and my spiritual forces. Now, how do I get realigned? How do I increase my frequency? How do I upgrade or go back to my usual frequency or vibration for those of us that usually operate at a higher vibrational frequency? Now, one of the ways you can, if it is a negative energy that you have come in contact with, one of the ways to actually get rid of that negative energy and then elevate your frequency back to that which it usually is to do spiritual cleansing. Now, you can either do that spiritual cleansing with salt. I prefer sea salt, but if you can't get your hands on sea salt, you can use your kitchen salt, that is your cooking salt. You can use it, put it in your bathing water, and then rinse your body. You're not using soap, you must have had your bath with your soap already. You just put it in your bathing water and then you rinse your body. That is one way of spiritually cleansing your energy. And remember your affirmation when you're having your bath, make sure your affirmation that you're cleansing yourself, you use your affirmation. Now, another cleansing way is to use bitter leaf. You get bitter leaf, and then you wash it. When you wash it, the water of the bitter leaf, you use it to rinse your body. Right. Another way to cleanse your energy, you can also use sage. You can also use sage. If you don't use sage, you can use incense. They have different types of incense in the market, so you can get your hands on a very good incense and then use it to clean yourself. That is another way to clean yourself. You can also use alligator pepper. This alligator pepper, I don't know the Yoruba name for it or the Igbo, or I just know it as alligator pepper. You can get your hands on alligator pepper in the market, and then for a woman, you get 7 seed. When you open it, you know that when you want to open alligator pepper, you put your hands to your back like this. That is how you open alligator pepper. Then you open it. After you open it, you bring it to the front. For a woman, you get 7. For a man, you get 9 of the seed inside. Use it to cleanse yourself from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet, declaring that every negative energy, after doing that, you throw it from your back, just like this. You throw it. You can also use fresh egg. I get your hands on fresh egg. Fresh egg, yes, agric. It might be native, but if it's agric, it's still fine. You get your hands on fresh egg, you use it, you come out maybe to the back of your house or somewhere, you use the egg, you make sure you're making your declarations, your affirmation. It's very, very important. You use the fresh egg to cleanse yourself from your head to all your body, every negative entity, every low vibrational frequency that is affecting you. Now you use it to cleanse yourself. After you finish doing it, you throw it towards the back of your head like this. You throw it to the back and then make sure that the egg smashes on a wall or something. That make sure that the egg smashes. These are just a few of the ways that you can actually cleanse your energy. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling down, or if you're feeling heavy, or if your mood is not as it usually used to be, or you feel that you have misaligned. And then sometimes misalignment can also be as a result of our attitude or our behavior, because what people usually call sin, to me, is actually not sin. It is just a misalignment. You have gone out of alignment with your purpose. Now, is now for you to identify how you misaligned, what caused that misalignment, and then look for a way to align yourself back. So that is just my piece for us today. I still remain my humble self, Yeye, Princess Ajibokome Olokowemide. I live also the blessings of the ocean. Ariel.